How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific 3 Eastern, Sunday 3 Pacific 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Thursday here on the show. It's actually Thursday, because last night was Wednesday night's AW Blood and Guts Dynamite. And, well, whatever you want to say about AEW, when they advertise something, they deliver. And they delivered blood, and they delivered guts, and violence. It's probably the most violent wrestling television show that has ever aired on national television. And hopefully everybody is alive today. But we'll tell you all about that. A lot of things happen on the show. And then we've got a bunch of injury updates and health updates. Everybody from Jim Ross, Bianca Belair, Queen Aminata, Ric Flair, Buddy Matthews. A lot to talk about. We also have a location for Elimination Chamber 2026. We got some WWE and NXT wrestlers heading down to AAA. We got some ratings, notes, SmackDown and Collision. AJ Styles update. For those of you that remember, a couple of months ago, he did this weird promo, and everybody was talking about it. It was off air. But, of course, it ended up online, and he explained it on a podcast. So we'll tell you what he said and what happened. And then, of course, we got the full Blood and Guts TV report. Filthy Tom is going to be joining us here today. And if you would like to join the show, you can do so by sending me a text message or email. Text message line is 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. Just text messages to that line. F4WOnline at gmail.com is the email. I'm also F4W Online, Threads, Instagram, Cameo. Grab a Cameo, F4W Online. At Bryan Alvarez, X and Blue Sky. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a big Elimination Chamber report here. And also Collision from Saturday, which actually was a pretty damn good show in its own right.
I was not told to watch Collision.
Vinny?
I forgot to text him Thursday night. I figured he'd be in bed. I said I'd do it tomorrow. And then Friday I bought a car. I was busy, and I've been forgot. John comes out, looks into the camera, and says, "There's a vibe in here tonight."
Sure is.
I'll say. Punk's eyes are bugging out of his head. Seth is still there screaming, "Die, die!" And Seth gets his way. Punk dies. John Cena wins. I thought the finish of this was incredible. Great stuff.
God, Travis Scott. Jesus God almighty. This was exactly like when Hogan used to come to the ring, Dennis Rodman trailing him, and Dennis Rodman was like on another planet. He had no idea where he was at, stumbling to the ring. He had basically have to drag him down there. This Travis Scott was on another planet, dude.
Well, the first time he was on the show was on that Raw show. He was smoking a blunt in the audience.
They go from the hug to a shot of Cena's angry heel face, and they cut right to Rock On. And then he kicks him right in the balls. And the crowd freaked out. The John Cena turned heel. Hulk Hogan, he was getting booed before he turned. It was a risk, but, they were getting sick of the guy anyway. The problem with Steve Austin was he was the top babyface, and there was nobody to replace him when he turned. John Cena's been gone forever. He comes back. It's not like he was going to be the top babyface. They got 50 babyfaces. Cody's the biggest babyface they got. There's no risk whatsoever turning John Cena heel. He's 10 times more interesting now. The Cena and Cody feud is 1,000 times more interesting.
Travis hit Cody Rhodes in the face as hard as he could. I bet that sucked.
This was a big deal, and I didn't see it coming.
You guys need to listen to Observer Live on Friday.
No thanks.
Because some dude called in, all bombastic and outrageous.
Do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion?
No chance. And I shot him down. I laughed at him.
Wow.
I said it's not going to happen. John Cena's here to sell tickets and merch as a babyface for his last year. He ain't turning heel.
They need to make shirts for John Cena that just say, "Can you see me now?"
Got to apologize to old Dwayne. I thought that guy was out of his mind. He got me. This is awesome. I cannot wait to see where they go here. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy! Tom Lawler's joining us here today. What's up, Tom?
Not too much. It's another day.
Any news about you today you want to talk about or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a bunch of injury updates here. How's your injury?
Still injured.
I know that, but like, how mobile are you now? Can you do jumping jacks yet?
Yeah, I could do so. I think so.
You're not trying any jumping jacks lately?
I could do a stanky leg.
Can you swing them kettlebells yet?
I've kind of stayed away.
Really?
I do other stuff.
You were big into
You know what
those
I do?
kettlebells.
I get up and I walk.
Hey,
I just don't stop moving.
Guys, if you haven't gotten a
get up and I
cameo
keep
from me
going.
yet, I mean, it can be life-changing. Just ask Tom. I was asked for advice on what someone could do when they were injured, and I gave that advice about walking, and Tom ridiculed me. But now he's seen the light as he walks all the time. F4W Online on Cameo.
I'm gonna walk off the air if you continue this.
What are you talking about? Tom, does anyone else check on you regularly except for TJP?
No.
It's me and him. You're best friends.
That's it.
All right. Let's talk about all the other news of injuries and pain and such. So the first one we got to talk about is Jim Ross, because it appears this one is the most serious. So he did say on his podcast, he returned to his podcast on Wednesday. He noted he finished selling his condo in Jacksonville, is back in Oklahoma, longtime home, happy to be home. He said he's feeling better health-wise than he has in a long time. His daughters are close by, able to help him out. He says, I feel healthier than I felt in a long time, got a lot of energy, thankful to be back on the air. Signed a 1-year contract over the summer. He said in the next few weeks he's going to be back, happy for that opportunity. And he did say, a few months ago at this time, I wasn't so sure about the outcome. But here I am, and here we are. We're going to have a great, great year of podcasting, I can promise you that. He did another... I've actually got the tweet here, if I can find it. This is actually, this is from Wrestling Purist, but this was from his podcast. He said, I'm better. I feel better today than I've been in a long time. Feel good, feeling healthier than I felt in a long time. Plenty of energy. Life is good. Life is good. I'm alive. A few months ago, at this time, I was not so sure about the outcome, but here I am. Apparently, there was a close call a few months ago. And I don't know anything other than that, but... apparently it was, I was just told, a close call. So, a really close call, actually. So, all the best to JR. I'm glad he's feeling better. And he should be back on the air soon. And he's had, obviously, a lot of health problems. But he's made it through, and he's on his way back. So, that's the update on Jim Ross. Also, since people have been asking, Bianca Belair is still out of action. Where's Bianca Belair been, people asked. Well, she's hurt. She was in the three-way with Rhea and Io at WrestleMania. That was April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That was 7 months ago. And they did some spot. And I guess Io did a moonsault or something like that. Or they did actually, I think they were doing one of those stacked-up superplex deals. And Rhea landed on her hand and crushed everything in her finger, she said. She said, it's been a crazy journey being an athlete, having an injury or rely on your body. My body's not doing what it's supposed to do, hoping I can be back in the ring soon. But she broke her knuckle, broke the joint, something they thought would be straightforward, but it's now been 7 months. So hopefully she can come back soon. but that sucks.
Brian, I have also actually had a similar injury in the past where I shattered my knuckle into 100 pieces.
Punching
like
somebody?
That. Yeah, I was in a fight. But the recovery process for that was awful comparatively to some of the other injuries I've had that were you would think would be much more severe just because of the amount of nerve endings in your hand. It's one of the more sensitive parts of your body. And if she had a similar fracture to what I had, it's like 100 different bones that have to heal together. Without some, crazy surgery, sometimes it just takes a long time for this process. So it's
Brutal.
like turf toe, it's one of those things that you're like, there's
You have to
no
rub that
way,
in?
There's no way this could hurt that bad. But when you have it
For a
it's
decade?
awful.
Yeah.
I've had it too.
It sucks. I don't even know I think it was just turf toe and now it's just arthritic. I mean, I don't think my toe's ever going to be the same again. Sucks.
How'd you find something small enough to stub your toe on?
It's called the mat. It's 80 by 80. It was plenty big enough to stub my toe. I didn't even stub it. I didn't even do anything. I came home and I remember I was just like on the mat and I went, why does my toe hurt? And then it never didn't hurt again after that day. Don't know
Your
what
toe
happened.
jammed?
It jammed or it bent funny or, just got old. What did Granny always say? Getting old is the pits. Queen Aminata did an interview on her vlog. I guess it's not really an interview. And she said, I cried my eyes out. I'm in the locker room right now. I was not cleared because my neck is so tight. Can't even move it a little bit. Because of this, I got taken out of the match today, and I'm out of blood and guts. Safety first. Rather be out 2 to 3 weeks than 6 months. So she didn't say how she got it, but apparently in one of the matches, she jammed her neck up. Can't even turn her head. And so that's where Queen Aminata was. And then Ric Flair was advertised for Dynamite. And Ric Flair did make an appearance before the live crowd and then went home. Apparently, he very recently injured his rotator cuff. Nobody really knows how. Dave thinks it might have been a fall, which it's Ric Flair. I mean, he's done a lot of that.
Could have been doing planks at the bar.
It could have been, yeah.
I've seen videos of him doing that recently, so maybe he tore it working out.
Well, he was in a sling backstage. He took the sling off, came out in front of the crowd so they wouldn't see him with a sling on, did a promo, and then left. Actually, he's had a lot of rotator cuff problems his entire career, actually. And I think he was supposed to be in that FTR segment. And perhaps at the last minute, Ricky Steamboat was given twice the material. Because whatever it was, that segment, that was rough. That was a rough segment. But he did do a nice comeback, old Ricky.
Pulled it together.
What did you think about the Ricky Steamboat FTR segment?
I did not think it was Ricky Steamboat's best work. At first, I thought, was he in the back partying and they pulled him at the last minute to go do this segment? But he went out there and he got through it. He, like you said, he did his comeback. I was kind of laughing almost the entire time. It looked like he was asking Tony questions while he was out there.
Yeah.
Looks like he's asking FTR questions about what he's supposed to do. It was bizarre. But
He was carried through a segment, maybe for the first time in his career. Usually it's the other way around.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
A stark contrast to what we normally see from Ricky Steamboat, where he is the best legend that you could bring out.
Buddy Matthews also is still injured. He got hurt in a match in Brisbane against Okada, where essentially he vaulted into the ring over the top rope, which, by the way, apparently Ricky Steamboat did, and we never saw it. He vaulted over the top rope into the ring for his entrance. So Buddy Matthews did this, and he suffered ligament and cartilage damage, and then wrestled 13 minutes on it with Okada, and that was, forever ago. He was expecting to heal quickly, but instead it didn't. And in August, he had to undergo surgery again. And he said he's just now able to do the hack squat. So, yeah, rough, dude.
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage
Also,
is another
I believe,
one.
went through another surgery yesterday. I was talking to him last
Oh,
night.
was it yesterday you did it? I knew he was going to do another one.
I think he's in the hospital. I don't know if he already got it done, but
Oh, all right. Well, best of luck to him. And Taz as well, who I think it was his shoulder or his knee. I forget what his most recent surgery was. But hopefully he's doing well also.
all these guys got to pop that neck.
Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
It's Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny V, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
Should I do one more time? Huh? I played the entire song before realizing I had not hit record.
I figured as much.
So I had to start the entire show over again. Uh-oh. Is my internet down? My internet died.
Yeah.
All right. Stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're just gonna barrel on through, right, Vinny? What do we have on that Facebook thing? Now it says no audio. Jared, do we have audio?
I can hear you.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yeah, we just watched a movie
What
about
is
this.
up with my internet? Lost everybody again. Curry says no problems with the Big Vinny V show.
His words.
Not since the first one.
I was gonna say the very
There have
first
been
one was a
Many
disaster.
problems. Many
Yes.
problems.
We've had quite a few.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I just barrel on through.
Brian.
Barrel on through should be the name of this show. What the hell's going on this week? Like every single show, something goes terribly wrong. Today, I didn't have the music set to go at first. Then I got it set to go, but I forgot to hit record. Finally, I hit record and got the song going right. Golly. One disaster after another here. We're starting 15 minutes late. I still can't find the video, Jared. Is it up? Where is everything? Granny's joining us here today via phone. We cannot connect her audio or video. It's a blank screen. I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? Should we just quit today? I don't know what the problem is, Granny. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. We still have no video. I got a question. Where's the goddamn video at?
You gotta fire Jared.
All right, now it's up. Hello, everybody.
This is the one you told me to do last week, Undertaker plus Psycho Kid.
Okay.
Are you done laughing?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, Granny, I apologize.
There'll be more.
Then Psycho Sid comes out with blonde curly hair. Hard to pull. Lasts a while before he gets out of it. I had to give that a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker won a match and a belt. That's a 10 on the Granny scale.
Victor is still at it more than ever this week, as far as the soaps go.
Hell of a report, Granny.
All right.
That was a 10 on the Granny soap opera report scale.
Okay, just a minute.
Jared, you're forgiven. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Good Lord, Tom, this fella here goes. What's a hack squat? What's a hack squat?
This gentleman has never heard of one of the finest wrestlers and physical culturists of all time, George Hackenschmidt,
Yeah.
the Russian lion himself, born in Estonia.
Jacked.
George Hackenschmidt.
Jacked. George Jackenschmidt is what his name was. This guy was jacked, everybody. Long ago, before there was any such thing as steroids. You had to eat bull testicles if you wanted extra testosterone.
No, you didn't.
You ever seen those guys
You could've
back
just
then?
eaten other
Eugen
portions of it.
Sandow.
Yes, I have seen Eugene Sandow. I've also seen the great Gama, who didn't eat that meat. He was eating like 2,000 almonds and
I ate a lot of almonds.
milk.
It's good for you. Yeah. Those
Yeah, well,
almonds.
you're not undefeated for 30 years like the great
You don't
Gama.
know that.
I do. I've defeated you. I
Well, I
pulled
mean-
your stump and you lost.
I hate you. So, anyway, let's talk about more news.
Oh, by the way, a
Yeah.
hack squat, the way George Hackenschmidt did it, he would put a barbell behind him, and then he would basically deadlift it up while on his toes.
So it's not what this guy says is a squat done with both legs behind your head?
No, that is not the hack squat.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's commonly done in a machine with the pads resting on your shoulders,
Yeah.
and then you squat down.
This person says Brian isn't joking. They did use bull testicles. I looked into this recently when me and my dad were talking about Barry Bonds. You went from talking about Barry Bonds to looking up eating bull testicles? Huh.
Rocky Mountain oysters, people still eat them today.
How about that? Anyway, Elimination Chamber coming to Chicago in February of 2026. United Center, Saturday, February 28th. So there will probably be some other things in partnership with that as well. So sounds like CM Punk will probably be headlining that show, would be my guess. But who knows? We got ratings notes here, just a couple of things. So last week, obviously, was a rough weekend for... actually, there have been a few of those as a result of the World Series and such. Well, no WWE or World Series this past weekend. Collision, 289,000 viewers, and a 0.06 in 18 to 49, which is the best they've done since September 6th. This all is the new Big Data Plus panel. 0.06 would have sucked 8 months ago, but now it's like, wow, good job. You did a 0.06.
Brian,
Yeah.
by the same token, do you have, by chance, ratings from the UFC that was on that night?
I do not.
Because that one was actually on ESPN. So I'm
I
wondering
don't
if
have
it
but I can try and find it.
did any damage whatsoever to Collision. I know I was watching that UFC.
Well, I mean, the 0.06 is double a week ago. The viewership is up 33%, so I'm not sure there's a lot of Collision UFC crossover. I'm thinking probably not a lot, but
You're looking at one.
you're looking at one, exactly, one. And then SmackDown, 1.141 million viewers, which was up 23% from last week, and a 0.26 in 18 to 49, which was up 30%. So that week where they dropped below 1 million and everybody said the sky was falling and you should get rid of Triple H, well, it was a Halloween show and a World Series weekend, and things are back to where they were before now that those things have ended. AJ Styles talked about a promo on the September 8th Raw where he basically did a promo during the break and he claimed an unnamed somebody didn't want him in WWE anymore. And things were being engineered so he could not win his matches. And of course, they put this on social media, including the WWE YouTube channel. And he went on the No Contest Wrestling podcast, and he said the promo was him setting up something for a storyline, but he does not believe that idea will be happening anytime soon. And he said that Triple H was not the somebody he was alluding to. He said it was something I was trying to set up that I don't think is going to happen. It's not necessarily not true, but I'm not talking about Triple H, so I want to clear that. But, yep, that's all I can say about it. So he had some idea, he did, and there will be no follow-up. And he also talked about how he wants to wrestle one more match in TNA, but he's not sure it's ever going to happen because he's retiring. He just says at some point in 2026. My guess is probably like WrestleMania is what he's thinking. I don't know why he can't just say, can I have a match in
WrestleMania,
TNA?
I mean, that's 6 months away.
At some point in 2026.
You think that? No, I think they're going to stretch this one out. My guess is like SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Give him more time to do a send-off. I don't think you want to start the build-up for this right after John Cena's retirement happens, but I mean, they're going to have to start
Well, you're
sooner than
right,
later.
but the issue, the thing is, you know, he's been going to all of these shows and basically doing farewell speeches like he's never going to be coming back.
He did it in Japan. Where else has he done it?
I think he's done it in a few different places. And it's like, you're not going back there? They're not doing another tour there in all of 2026? I mean, he's talking like he's really... Like, listen, if he was going to go the full year, why would he say, I want to do at least one match in TNA, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I have time. It's like, you can't find one day to do a TNA match in the next 14 months? It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, it's Japan and Australia. You don't think they're going to go back to Japan and Australia in 2026? I mean, they have to be.
Maybe not before SummerSlam.
I guess. I don't know, man. We'll see.
I just think him going out at WrestleMania honestly would just be overshadowed as well. I think you can also set it up and do kind of a standalone event like John Cena, like the Goldberg retirement, and milk it. I don't think you want to just throw it on WrestleMania and have it be another match.
Well, you could do it that way. But the thing with like Goldberg's retirement on that Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, I mean, really, that wasn't that big a deal. I mean, I don't even think they sold out Atlanta for that, if I recall correctly. And, you know, it was the show didn't do particularly all that well on NBC. It was kind of just, and Goldberg wasn't happy about it. I don't know. I guess we'll see what he ends up doing. Where do you want it? Well, never mind. All right.
What?
AAA announced.
What was that question?
I was going to ask where you wanted to retire, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Relentless Pro Wrestling.
Relentless Pro against TJP again?
Like the day after my birthday, Relentless Pro Wrestling, May 16th, 2025.
Yeah. It's a good match, Tom. It's better live. I hear you didn't like it on tape. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty good, dude. Especially knowing the shape you were in. I can't even explain it.
A Z?
You were literally a Z. And you went in there and you had an A match. So that was pretty good. AAA announced Wednesday, Axiom, it'll be Axiom, Octagon Jr., and Javon Evans on November 22nd. Juan de la Barrera Olympic Gymnasium, Mexico City. Winner will go on to challenge Laredo Kid for the AAA Cruiserweight title. How long do you think it's going to be before old Javon wins a title? Because they ain't winning him next week, dude. It ain't happening. After they sent those guys packing and made them look like geeks, I was like, yeah, he ain't winning those tag titles. I don't think he's winning this AAA title. How long do you think it'll be? It's been 18 months. Actually, it's been 19 months now. Been keeping track. 19 months, Javon has won nothing. Hasn't won the Heritage Cup. Hasn't won the Speed title. Hasn't won the North American title. Hasn't won the Iron Survivor Challenge. This guy hasn't won nothing. 19 months now. But Jasper Troy, he's got that Speed title held hostage. He's a champion.
That's the feud I want.
He's a winner.
I want nothing more than for Javon Evans to run roughshod through a tournament of competitors, get his shot at Jasper Troy, get stretched for 4 minutes, and then put down with the black hole slam.
Well, we shall see. I'm not bullish on the idea. I'm not bull testicles on the idea. I'm not Rocky Mountain oystered on the idea. So we see what's in the text message bin? Let's see here. Looking into the future, what are the 2 world title matches for Mania 42? Cody versus Jericho for the WWE title and Punk versus Dominic for the world title. I don't see any chance of that whatsoever.
Is that the next WrestleMania?
I think so. Is 42 the next one, or is it 41?
Who could possibly care?
WrestleMania 42 is this next one. Well, this WrestleMania 42 is probably going to be Punk and Roman, and I'm not sure who Cody will face. I don't expect it to be Jericho. I guess it's possible. But this person says, Jericho is acting so out of character, I expect a swerve, and he returns to Dynamite as an anti-AW heel. I don't think so, brother. I don't see Tony Khan approving of an angle where a guy is going on podcasts and putting over how awesome TNA is and how it looks like a WWE show and how AEW looks like a Tony Condello taping. I do not see Tony Khan doing that. No chance. No chance. I think the guy's going to WWE. That's my guess. All right.
Are you taking off?
You listening to the music here?
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Back in a moment with Tom's Blood and Guts Report, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
Happy birthday, dear Granny.
Happy birthday, Granny. Happy 95th birthday.
Thank you.
You got balloons behind you as well, Vinny. People can't really see them.
No.
They think it might just be your hump. But it's very festive
I
day
should not
today.
laugh at that. That's a horrible insult that you just gave.
Yeah,
me.
you laughed. It was a good one.
But it was funny.
Happy birthday!
Okay.
Happy birthday, Granny!
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, I don't even know what you just said. Okay, go.
Bye, girls. Close the door, please. Rob Wanska, a top fan. That granny is one of a kind. If you cannot see that, you're blind. Whether she's knitting a quilt or giving Brian some guilt, she's the greatest old gal that you'll find.
Was that, who was that?
Producer
That was
Rob.
Rob.
Producer Rob?
Yeah.
Fine
like
job,
that.
Rob.
He has talent?
Thank you,
For him.
Rob.
Wow.
This is Mariah May versus Anna J. Anna has a problem. Her top seems to want to drop down. She has to keep pulling it up. Mariah pins Anna for the win. I think Anna just gave up due to the fact that her wardrobe was malfunctioning.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if they wore decent clothes, it'd be better.
Hmm.
Those T-straps are ridiculous.
Those what?
T-straps. Don't you know what a T-strap is?
No, I do not know what a T-strap
I don't think
is.
there's a T-strap in Brian's closet, Granny.
No.
I don't know.
T-strap. Oh, a thong? Why don't you say a thong?
A what?
Never mind. You don't know what a thong is?
No.
Why are we having this conversation?
What part of the body is it on?
Does it go on the
woman.
top or the bottom?
On your
Butt?
butt. Yep.
Okay.
Granny had to be very careful. So it's a thong.
Why are we having this conversation?
According to the Old Testament of the Bible, who is the father of both Isaac and Ishmael?
Job.
Abraham.
Wrong.
Oh, really?
Abraham.
I just.
Did you say that?
Yes, he
I'm so-
did.
Yeah. I,
Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
I just didn't hear you.
Well, Granny, I hope you had a happy birthday today.
I had to.
Hey, we got a special present for you. You are officially being inducted, yes, into the Hall of Awesome.
It's about time.
Yes. You know what that is,
Oh,
Granny?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want everybody to see this. How can I show it?
Clearly, Granny is really excited about being inducted into the Hall of Awesome. She's busy showing off her trophy.
Is that an old gray mare trophy?
It's got a horse on it for some reason. Back at the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Filthy Tom Lawlor is joining us here today. Let's talk some blood and guts, brother.
There was plenty of blood and guts on display last night. AEW Dynamite, the bloodiest and gutsiest show that I think they have put on broadcast television, maybe ever. I mean, I don't have like
I don't remember a
Rolodex
worse one.
of every show that's ever been on TV, but maybe back in an ESPN Classic from some other era, there was a show as bloody as this. But like you said, I doubt it. The women's match was probably even more gruesome than the men's was. Willow and Sky Blue started it off. Willow had some kid and play style pants on, but she was not there to play. She alley-oop powerbomb Sky Blue into the cage, and then Sky ran the blade And that's probably what this match will most be remembered for, because Sky Blue became Sky Red, if you know what I'm saying, producer Dom. She was bleeding all over the place this whole match. I noticed too, like when Mercedes loses all these belts, Brian, there's going to be 4 or 5 indie workers getting less money out of Tony Khan every show. So Statlander.
What are you talking about?
Well, she's got them out there with the belts. So they're on TV.
Okay.
So they're probably getting paid more as extras than just the bums, you know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Those people. I see.
Yes. Yeah. There was this insane stuff throughout this whole match. Like,
let's talk about the most crazy one.
Well,
you want to talk about the craziest one? Go for it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the craziest one.
Dude, the craziest one I thought was beyond anything else on this entire show.
Statlander and Marina are fighting on the outside, and Marina Shafir kicks Statlander, and she takes a bump onto a bed of nails.
No.
That wasn't the worst?
No,
okay.
not even close.
Okay. How about Willow gave, I think, Megan Bain a superplex into the middle of the 2 rings?
Nope.
Okay.
So first off,
was it Marina
hold on,
stomping her foot, her exposed foot
okay, listen,
onto glass?
Tom, they had a spot where Jamie Hayter was slumped in the corner, okay? She's slumped in the corner. She has one arm on one rope. She has one arm on the other rope. No hands. She has a trash can lid around her face, okay? She can't see. She's just laying there, slumped in the corner, and there's a trash can lid on her face. Megan Bain from the middle of the ring walks up, takes a frickin' steel chair, and she hurls it, and it just goes BAM! Right into the trash can on Jamie Hayter's face. She can't see it coming. She doesn't know it's coming. She frickin' went down. And they had a ref going over there, and he's checking on her to make sure she's alive. I went, oh, my God. That was the most careless, crazy spot I've seen, I think, in all of... And I watched the whole show here. That was the craziest by far. You can't even see it coming. Straight frickin' to the face. I was like, oh, my God. That was the worst thing on this show by miles.
Oh,
Bro.
There's a lot of contenders on this one. You got to send me. I don't even remember that.
You
spot.
don't remember it? I'm going to say, here, talk. I'll send it to you. You're going to, it'll blow your mind.
Toni Storm came out looking like Joker's Heath Ledger in Better Times. She had a handful of beads. She was whacking everybody on the heel side. They locked the door finally. The crowd went nuts. She did a champagne bottle Taipei deathmatch spot. Jamie Hayter tried to put Sky through a table. She couldn't. Then they went through a waterfall sequence where everybody was doing their finishers. Brian, did you notice Mercedes Moné changed the moneymaker?
She changed it?
She changed it. She no longer spun into a DDT. She actually went the other way and turned it into a facebuster.
Wow.
Yeah, slight change, but good change. Good change, as the Sheriff of Rottingham would say. Harley. Oh, my dear Harley. Pulled out Mini Monet, Brian. And I was ready to lose it here. The woman's blood and guts. And what does she do? She pulls out a puppet. But alas, it was a ruse. As Mercedes Moné, much to my appreciation, took this puppet, tossed it into the abyss. But Harley then revealed brass knuckles, leveled Mercedes with them. Thank you. That was finally a good puppet spot. Thekla and Julia Hart whispered something to Mercedes. They snuck through the metal trussing, took out the referee Mike Posey. They took the key from him, opened the door. They all started pulling the baby faces out of the ring. But then the baby faces kind of made a comeback. Pure chaos. Stat and Mercedes are climbing the metal above the table that's displaying all of Mercedes' belts. Statlander, Samoan dropped her off of the metal through this table. Toni, inside the ring, pulled out her champagne glass. Her and Mina DDT'd Marina onto it. Toni pulled out a mirror, put it on Marina's face, and charged at her. But Marina popped up, threw this mirror into her face, shatters everywhere. Willow then gives Megan Bayne this awful superplex into the middle of the ring, in between the two rings. Mina locks on a figure 4 leg lock with a barbed wire bat. Marina then stomps her barefoot into all this glass and then stomps Mina with the foot with the glass sticking out of it. They threw her into the glass. Marina locked on the mother's milk. The rest of the baby faces besides Tony, other than Tony, were locked outside. And Megan Bayne beat Mina with the title belt as the rest of the heels held Tony watching, forcing her to surrender in order to save her love, Mina Shirakawa. And the heels celebrated as Tony and Mina were laying in the ring embracing. And, hey.
It was brutal. Watch that.
Yeah.
Watch what I just sent you. Yeah, it was
An unforgettable match.
as advertised, and hopefully Jamie.
Oh,
yeah. Can you look at that? What was she thinking?
she swung it like she was like gonna hit her like right there, not throw it.
I'm pretty sure that Jamie lost teeth and like her mouth is all messed up in her face.
Oh my gosh, brutal.
What was she thinking, dude? I have no earthly idea. I watched that and I was like, oh my God, I would have quit wrestling. I would have retired on the spot after that spot right there. We had Hangman and Hobbs, non-title.
Hold on.
Yes.
Because I left that, Brian, thinking like you've got to imagine that Tony and Mina are going to win that tag title tournament now.
Well,
after seeing how they were left here.
I think they're either going to win the tournament or I think that match is in the semis.
Well, it's against Marina and Bayne.
Yeah.
Right? But even then,
I do expect them to win the tournament.
The other team is the Sisters of Sin.
Yeah.
Who would be the heel team, so.
I think they're winning the tournament. I thought that the day that they did their thing backstage and both lost at the pay-per-view.
Okay, so there was also a thing with the Young Bucks and Don Callis.
Yeah.
And Josh Alexander Otsuka and Okada there. They delivered a beaten up Jack Perry to the Young Bucks trailer. Callis wants them to join the family next week because they have $1 million tag match on the special 3-hour Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
If they're all 3 hours, whatever. Hangman Adam Page and Powerhouse Hobbs, false count anywhere. Hangman immediately tore off the turnbuckle pad. They brawled outside. Hobbs dove shoulder first in the ring steps. Page left off of them into the grasp of Hobbs, who body slammed him off the apron, on the announce desk, onto the steel steps. They started throwing up tweets from randos like it's the UFC. No Paul Fontaine tweet on the screen, but I did like this touch. I think it's kind of cool. Then we had what is also a contender for the worst thing on this show. Powerhouse Hobbs looks like he's going to powerbomb or pile drive Hangman Page off the announce desk. And Hangman Page simply backdrops him. But Powerhouse Hobbs
is correct.
Powerhouse
he landed
Hobbs
on it.
Is 10 feet up in the air. He rotates and lands directly on top of his tailbone, pops up in the air. He's not selling on the ground. He immediately pops up and runs over to the barricade in pain. They fought under the crowd.
I hope that dude's all right, man.
Oh, that looked brutal. They fought under the crowd. Eventually, Hangman knocked Hobbs off of the like, what is it, entry, an aisleway or something, with a boot, through some tables, and he got the win. I love this match, actually. Shibata and Joe jumped Page after the match. The cage lowered until Hook and Eddie Kingston ran down to make the save, and the crowd chanted for Eddie, even though it seems like he's out of place in this entire feud. Hangman said if Joe wants him in a steel cage, he should have just asked, because at Full Gear, it'll be Samoa Joe versus Hangman in that steel cage. And then we talked about the FTR and Steamboat segment earlier. And then we had the main event, the men's blood and guts. And this started with Darby and Wheeler. They retreated to the floor. Darby vaulted himself at Yuta on the floor. They kept fighting around it as the crowd hated Yuta. Darby had a thumbtack-covered skateboard he used on Wheeler. He did a double stomp off the top onto him as Orange Cassidy was taunting his former trainee. I really liked it's a small touch, but the Death Riders, all their music starts the same, and then it goes into their different themes. So it was a small bit of suspense every time their music would hit, which I really liked. Daniel Garcia was in. Renee was backstage looking for Mark Briscoe, who was incapacitated. She, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong found him beaten up, bloody. Roderick took his spot, ran down there, ran through everyone, wisely grabbed a chair as Claudio was next. Claudio came in, did a giant swing to Darby with Orange Cassidy on his back, then running gorilla press Darby halfway across the ring into the opposite ring. Moxley came in with a fork. Darby dropped off the top of the trussing onto everybody. Pac came out looking more jacked than anyone I think I've seen in 2025. Briscoe made his way out after being almost killed backstage. He gave Yuta a J-driller on top of the cage. Darby had a cattle prod, but Gabe Kidd jumped him, choked him out. Orange Cassidy put his hands in his pockets, but Claudio beat the crap out of him. Moxley stapled his hands into his pockets. Gabe and Pac tried to hang Darby, but he fought back. Then, instead, they set some tables on fire, and Pac gorilla press slammed Darby through them. But, hey, we saw Moxley set on fire a few months ago, and he suffered no damage, so I'm sure Darby will be okay. Orange Cassidy made a comeback. Roderick Strong made a comeback. Briscoe made a comeback. Strong kept making a comeback. Orange landed a punch on Moxley. Roderick launched Yuta into a table and threw it. Claudio cut off an Orange punch, but Cassidy landed another one. Landed one on Moxley. O'Reilly locked on the ankle lock, and Moxley alone fought, countered into a bulldog, but got put right back into an armbar, into the ankle lock. And after weeks and weeks and weeks, Jon Moxley, trapped in glass, alone in the middle of the ring with no Death Riders to save him, had no choice but to tap the mat and signal defeat. He submitted at the hands of Kyle O'Reilly.
It was awesome.
Great finish.
It was perfect.
A great build-up over the past couple months, weeks to this match. And you can see the Death Riders' confidence deteriorating, not only in themselves, but in Mox as the show goes off the air.
Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Warner Brothers Discovery announcement came out, and the gist of it is Dynamite and Collision are going to remain on Wednesday and Saturday. Rampage appears to be history, which we had thought. Dynamite and Collision is streamed live on Max if you're a U.S. subscriber.
$555 million over 3 years, $185 million a year. Average $185 million a year. It starts lower. The middle year would probably be about that, and the third year would be up from that, and then the fourth year would be way up.
Big question for me is, are all the archives up? Or going to be up? Can I go back 5 years ago and watch all of the Dynamites in order?
I believe that they will be. Yeah, this won't be till January. I don't know that as a fact, but they're putting archival programming on, so there will be, I don't know if everything will be up, but there will be, I mean, I expect that everything will be up, yeah. I had a little announcement I wanted to make. A lot of people got really exposed, when this.
Oh, no, yeah, save that for the Garrett show.
I mean.
Save that one.
Why? You don't want any heat from these people who
Well, no, but I've heard it multiple times.
I've been sitting here playing punching bag for these clowns for years, and I mean, this was great. This was quite the week of vindication between the Vince McMahon documentary and this deal. Yes, for me, it was an even bigger vindication for Tony Khan. Not that it's even though they're completely different topics. The guy who spent 5 years with all these clowns calling him a money mark, and they went through a couple of years in money losses, which a lot of businesses do. And they could afford it, but the long-term goal was always to make this thing profitable. So at the end of the day, here we are, and with this deal, this is going to be the second most profitable pro wrestling company in the history of pro wrestling. And all of these people that, and it's like, I'm not saying you should have figured that much out, but in the last year, you know, it kind of was leaning this way. And even if it wasn't going to be the second most profitable company in the history of pro wrestling, it would end up being profitable, which once you're profitable, the term money mark goes out the window. So anyway, this is like complete vindication. Jericho actually went on the show. I mean, it was almost like he was reading my mind with that line about, boy, did all these experts come off as being really stupid and out of touch. I don't know if he used those words, but they were. Because it's not like this came out of nowhere. We've been talking about this for months. I've been telling people. I've been telling them. I go like, you better frickin' pivot because you're going to look like fools if this deal comes in the way it looks it's going to come in. And none of them could stop. They're so deep into it. They've been lying to their podcast listeners for God knows how long. So anyway, there's a lot more to that. But anyway, I did want to get that off my chest.
As you finish that Dynamite review, Filthy Tom Lawler, Bryan Alvarez here, Observer Live, I can't help but notice that Brandon here sent a astute text message. Do you think this is leading to Kyle O'Reilly getting a push? Well, it sure as heck better. It's sure better. I mean, maybe he's going to be the guy that... I guess we got to figure this out now because... I mean, there's 75 titles. But the funny thing is, they got all these belts, but when you really think about it, it's like, well, which one would Kyle win? Because, I mean, we've already got the international title match with Mark Briscoe, with the big stipulation of the pay-per-view. All of the other belts are tied up by Okada.
That's the TNT title.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The TNT title is...
You said international.
No, the international by Okada. Sorry. Okada's got the international. I guess we could do this new one, right? This national title?
The national?
Yeah.
Okada's not... Is it the international? I thought it's got a different name. Isn't he the Continental Champion?
He's the international champion because they unified the international and the continental.
No, it's
unified title.
Oh,
my God. I can't even think of a belt to... this is another topic for another day. I'll be back tonight with Vinny.
He's a purple belt.
What?
Kyle O'Reilly. He's a purple
What does that have to do with anything? I'll be back tonight on the Bryan and Vinny Show, everybody. Subscribe and listen to it. We got a lot to say. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.